Just real quick.
So 12 minutes.
So real quick, hold on. You're polyamorous, right?
Yes, I'm polyamorous.
Okay, so what benefit do the guys have to dating you?
The same benefit. They can do the same thing. So they could have another girlfriend if they want. So that's a benefit of dating me. They don't have to restrict themselves. They don't have to think that love is so finite because it's infinite. You don't have to just love one person. If you have the capability to love all your family, your friends, but you think you're going to
That's a different type of love, though.
It is a different type of love.
Yeah, that's a different type of love.
But
because look, we had a girl that came here, sat right here. She had over 200 bodies in 1 year. You think that's love?
Sensational.
See, there's a difference between.
Is it love? Yes or no?
I don't know if she is in the relationship. I don't
No,
know. No, she does not love any of them. You know what I mean? She is having fun. She's having, the time of her young life right now.
But like, what gets a guy attracted to that when you get slutted out by other guys?
I'm not getting slutted out. So the difference between an open relationship or a polyamorous relationship, these are deep connections that I'm making with people that are long term and that I'm in love with. I'm not just having sex to have sex. Like, that is not the point.
But hold on. So your guy is like the guy that you're mainly fucking. He's not slutting you out.
Like, am I having sex with my main partner? Is that what you're asking?
I was
what
wrong.
is slutting me out? Like, what does that mean?
Slutting you out just like brings out the slutty side inside of you.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
I was like, whoa.
Like, you're being freaky with it.
Yeah.
So
like super kinky doing
my
like
primary partner, I am the most open with. Yes, and
wait. I'm sorry. You have a primary partner?
Right now, I'm single. I don't have any of those.
Okay. Are you taking applications? Because they might want to apply. You taking applications?
I'm taking applications.
Okay. So real quick, okay. Let's say let's say he's your main, and then he's like your second. How do these guys know? Do they know about each other?
Yes, they know about each other.
They know. So they've met. They've shook hands and everything.
Depends on the relationship. If they want to meet, they can. If they don't, they don't have to.
Okay. Now, what do you do when you've been with him? You go to him and then you come back to him. How does he feel since he's your primary?
My primary is secure in our relationship. He's confident. He knows that I love him. He knows how he feels about himself. Like,
does he know? Does he know? Does he know you love him when you're fucking him?
Yes,
I'm charged. I'm ready.
Okay.
So if let's say we want a date, right?
Yes.
And so on your first dates, do you disclose you're polyamorous?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So if the guy's like, hey, I just want to be with you, I'm interested in you, is he then insecure?
No, he is then into monogamous relationships, and he should seek a girl that's also into monogamous relationships. We would not work out.
Okay, but if he really liked you and you really liked him, like he was like a better guy than you ever dated, and he was like, hey, I'm not comfortable with this polyamorous thing. I don't want other girls. I just want you. Can you do the same for me? What would you say?
I've tried it, and it didn't work out.
So you actually crave multiple sexual partners.
Then why not just have threesomes?
It's not like right away. I have had threesomes with my partners before.
I've had guys.
I'm not two guys, another girl,
Thank
and
God.
my but that's not off the list. Like, I'd like that. That's on there.
I knew that was coming.
Guys, she's taking applications. Slide into the DMs.
Not yet, but
Exactly.
Yo, Ethan smiling hard as fuck over there. He's like, yeah.
Somebody said, how can Ethan upgrade to primary?
Ethan under the table follow her. And she's like, what's her name again?
Listen, that is a good question, actually. What if you're dating one and then you start to like him more than him? Like, what happens?
I would communicate that.
Okay.
Whoa.
It's all about communication. Open, honest communication is how any relationship works, whether you're in a monogamous relationship or a polyamorous one. It doesn't matter. Communication is key. So if I start having more feelings for my secondary partner, I'm going to communicate that to my primary partner.
Okay.
How you gonna feel about that?
Wow.
Number two became number one.
If I was number one and she's like, hey, first of all, I wouldn't even be in the situation. It's hard for me to even imagine it.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, the guy that you already knew about is getting upgraded and taking your spot.
Yes.
I don't know.
How you gonna feel about that?
This is crazy.
Yeah.
What did he do? What did he just do that I didn't do? I don't know.
Your pride is gone. Your ego is gone.
I mean,
like,
I would
you
just
have no
never.
confidence.
Somebody say play rock, paper, scissors.
I could never do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. So who chooses like who gets you that day?
Yes.
It's all time management, and it's not who chooses what. We all have a role in this relationship. Like, I'm not the hierarchy of the relationship. We're all partners. We communicate. Like, when do we have availability? We should know by now what our work schedule is like, when we're gonna be available. Like, if you're in a polyamorous relationship, you wouldn't be like
Dude,
all over.
yeah,
all
I interviewed a
over the place like
polyamorous
this.
girl before, and they like y'all are like it's a religion. Like y'all know how it works. Y'all know it's so crazy. But
that's
like,
why we're in the community.
Yeah, and she tried to convince me like, hey, this is the way. If you want, we can meet up and talk more about it. I said, I ain't getting this shit.
No, it's definitely not for everybody.
Let me ask you a question. So earlier you said that you're having unprotected sex because you trust these men, correct? So what happens hypothetically if you get pregnant with number 2, but he was number 1?
Damn.
What happens then?
At that point, we talk about it as a relationship and say, you know, how are we feeling about that? Because, like I said,
I'm sorry, this hurts just thinking about it.
It does hurt.
You went to number
First of all,
2, got pregnant by number 2. I'm number 1, and I'm like, what?
Nah, fuck that. I might accidentally fall and trip you and stay
Well,
with my.
there's also different rules for these things. Like
I
when
want to meet these guys. I want to meet
Nah,
these guys. I gotta talk to
Nah,
these
bro,
guys.
I couldn't like accept that. Like you gotta dead that nigga.
So what
Like,
happens
If I'm
that-
number 1, you gotta dead it.
So let's say you do keep number 2's baby. So is he also dad too now? Like is that?
it's called polyfamily.
Oh,
hell no.
Oh my
hell no.
I love how you're so committed to and passionate about it.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
I could
it's
disagree.
crazy.
No, those people are
no.
like super serious.
Those
about it.
people-
It's like y'all went to a
I'm
class.
sorry.
Y'all went to polyamorous class.
So real quick,
I
okay.
did
So
go back to school to learn more about it.
okay,
yes.
wait. So it's a poly family. What happens then? Who gets custody? Number 2 or number 1?
Number 2, by law, like I can't marry both my husbands even if I wanted to here, so it doesn't matter. Number 2 gets custody because he's daddy.
Okay.
You know what I
Are
mean?
you still gonna stay with number 1 though?
If number 1 will stay with me, yeah.
Oh no.
What's the craziest
Wait.
polyamorous
wait.
story? Like, was there any conflict you had? Like polyamorous conflict?
There's tons of conflict.
But give me a story.
in
I want to
all
hear one, like a real one from you.
Yeah, give me from experience.
time.
I want to hear like Tyrone said this, but
Yeah.
Carlos said this. You know what I'm saying? I want,
You don't technically have to drop names.
I
by the way.
mean,
Yeah,
like there's this, like disclosures. Like I know they'll know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, but we won't know. They won't know, so it doesn't matter. Go ahead.
I can tell from my personal experience from my relationships. My last relationship was with 2 guys. I had 2 boyfriends, but I never thought that I wanted to be in this. I always thought I wanted 1 girlfriend, 1 boyfriend. I thought that'd be enough for me. And what happened was my guy that I've been seeing for 4 years, he got second placed because I met somebody that I did enjoy much more.
4 years.
And I said, hey, I want to be in a relationship with the both of you, but he's going to be my primary because I feel very strongly about this relationship, and you're going to be my secondary boyfriend. Like,
Wow. Let me ask you a question. The guy that was primary that went to secondary, did he make more money than you? Like, did he provide?
No.
what did he do? What was he doing? How did he get promoted?
No. Yeah. No, that's a good question.
Ethan want to know.
That's
Ethan
a
want to know.
really
Yeah.
good question. So how did he get promoted?
So he was just spiritually in tune with me. So we had a spiritual connection. He is a soulmate of mine from a past life. That is why.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we gonna get into it.
That's so beautiful.
Okay.
So-
What the fuck are you talking about? Okay.